Well, hello, girls. It's Gigi. How y'all doing today? I'm thinking, it's Gigi, so I shouldn't have to say it's Gigi. But just in case there are people out there who don't know I'm Gigi, there, and of course you know, everybody knows Luna. Say hi, Luna. There you go. Well, today's going to be a special read because somebody's going to be going to the first grade. Did you know that, Morgan and Ted? Your cousin Char is going to the first grade. She's a big girl. That's right, she is. I'm very proud of her. Yeah. Now Luna's over here jumping. Good. No, you're not going to the first grade. So, there she is. But I wanted to read a special book. Now, this is, I think your Thea, Stacy, used to like to read Junie B. Jones. I could be wrong. So, Morgan and Teddy, your mama might correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but the name sounded familiar, and this is called First Grader at Last. It's a little bit long, so if it's too long, because Gigi don't want to make a real long video, what I'll do is I'll cut this clip in half so you can watch maybe some today, maybe some tomorrow, or maybe some the next week, or at your leisure whenever you like to read it, because Gigi likes to do these videos because she feels like she's talking to her girls. That's right. And here they are. There's Charlie, Marky, and Teddy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm very proud of you, Charlie. That's a big step going into the first grade. Yes, it is. And time to celebrate that. You're a big girl now. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Junie B. Jones, First Grader at Last. Room 1, first grade friends. I guess these are all her friends that are going to be in first grade. So there's Mr. Scary. There's Junie B. Jones. Tattletale May. Herb. Lenny. Jose. Sheldon. Shirley. Lucille. Roger. Camille. And Chanel. I guess these are her peeps. The other students in the class. I guess they don't have a fur baby, nor do they have a bow, nor do they have a Luna, or even a Journey. What's up with that, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. First chapter, first grade surprise. Dear first grade journal, yesterday was the first day of school. It is new here. Today my teacher handed out these journals. He is making us write in these dumb things. Only I don't even know what to write. My teacher has muscles. My teacher has muscles. What does that mean? Let's see. A mustache. Let's see his mustache. No muscles, a mustache. His name is Mr. Scary. He made that name up, I believe. I'm not even scared of him hardly. From Junie B., first grader. I put down my pencil and I looked at what I wrote. I did a sigh. I would like to go home now, I said to myself. Shh, said a girl named May. I'm still trying to do my work. See, when you're in class, you have to be very quiet because other people could be concentrating. And if we're talking in class, it could disturb them and they could get upset. And so could the teacher. So you want to mind the rules of the classroom. Papa will be talking about the rules in the bus too. That's later. May sits next to me in the back of the room. I do not actually care for that girl. Just then my teacher stood up at his desk. His mustache smiled real friendly. Okay, boys and girls, you can stop writing now, he said. As I told you earlier, we will be working on our journals quite often this year. In fact, it won't be long until your journal starts feeling like an old friend. I rolled my eyes at the ceiling. What kind of old friend face? B, I said. Wow. After that, I slumped in my seat, and I put my head on my desk. I picked at the other children who sit near me. Their names were Herb and Lenny and Jose. I don't know them from a hole in the ground. I did another sigh. First grade is not what it's cracked up to be. My room is room 1. I was nervous when I came here yesterday. See? Well, how about if I show you the pictures, the pages that have pictures? What do you think? Yeah, because these are just words. There's a few pictures and not a lot. So we'll just do the picture pages. Yeah, words. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Sorry, ladies. That's how. That's how. That's how come Daddy had to carry me all the way to the room because my legs felt like squishy jello. Sometimes you could be a little nervous. That's okay. He put me down outside the door. Well, here we are, Junie B, he said. First grade at last. My stomach had flutterflies in it. I guess that's different than butterflies. They had flutterflies because they're fluttering around. Also, my arms had prickly goosebumps. That happens too. And my forehead had drops of sweat. Drops of sweaty. I am a wreck, I said. Daddy smiled very nice. There's nothing to worry about, Junie B, I promise. You're going to love first grade. Just think. That's a whole room full of brand new friends just waiting to meet you. He ruffled my hair. Are you ready to go in now, he asked. Are you ready to begin your first grade adventure? That's right, baby girl. You ready to begin your first grade adventure? Yeah. I looked at him for a real long time. Then I quick spun around and I zoomed down the hall as fast as I could. Daddy zoomed after me. He caught up with me speedy quick and he carried me back to my class. Only this time he carried me straight into the room. As soon as he put me down again, I hid behind his legs. Because that place was a zoo, I tell you. There were people everywhere. There were girls and boys and mothers and daddies and grandmas and grandpas. Plus also there was drooly babies in strollers. Then all of a sudden my whole mouth came open. Because good news, I finally saw someone I knew. I jumped up and down and all around. Daddy, Daddy, it's Lucille, I hollered. Remember Lucille? Lucille was my bestest friend from kindergarten last year. Lucille was standing at a desk next to the window. I ran to her in a jiffy. Then I hugged that girl, and I couldn't even stop. Lucille, Lucille, it's me. It's your bestest friend from kindergarten, Junie B. Jones. I tried to pick her up. I'm so glad to see you, friend, I shouted real joyful. Lucille pulled my arms off her. Stop it, Junie B, stop it. You're wrinkling my new back-to-school dress. This thing costs a fortune. I stopped hugging her. Lucille smoothed and fluffed herself. I smoothed and fluffed her too. There, I said, good as new. After that, I grabbed Lucille's hand and I started to pull. Come on, Lucille, let's go. Find two desks together. I think we should sit near the door. Want to, huh? If we sit near the door, we can stare at people who walk down the hall. Don't do that. Lucille yanked her hand away. No, Junie B. No. I'm going to sit at this desk right here. I already picked it out with my two new friends, Camille and Chanel. She pointed at the door. Camille and Chanel, okay. See them over there? She said, I met them before you came. They are saying goodbye to their mother. Aren't they precious? I looked at Camille and Chanel. And guess what? My eyes popped right out of my head. Because wow, those girls were twins. That's why. I sprung way high in the air. Twins, they're twins, Lucille. This is our lucky day. I pulled her again. Come on, Lucille, let's go touch them. Don't be touching on twins, okay? Oh my God. Gotta be cool. You know, just be cool. Don't do that. Hurry, before a line forms. Lucille did not budge a muscle. Stop it, Junie B. Quit pulling on me. She said, Camille and Chanel don't want to be touched. And besides, I'm their new best friend, not you. I looked surprised at that girl. Yes, but I can be their bestest friend along with you, right, Lucille? I asked. All I have to do is meet them, right? And then all of us can be bestest friends together. Lucille shook her head. No, Junie B, I'm sorry. But you and I have already been bestest friends, remember? We were best friends for a while. We were best friends for a whole long year. And so now it's time for Camille Chanel to get a turn. She did a shrug. It's only fair of me. Okay. Okay, Lucille, you go. And she said, besides, their names rhyme with mine, and yours don't. She wrinkled her nose very cute. Camille and Chanel and Lucille. See? Isn't that darling? Oh my gosh. Some girls. I'm just saying, some girls. After that, Lucille gave me a pat. Don't be sad. Okay? She said, You and I can still be friends, Junie B, just not on a regular basis. After that, she waved her fingers and said, ta-ta! And she skipped to Camille and Chanel. Wow. I don't know about Lucille. Mother and Daddy kept trying to cheer me up about first grade. Mother says, sometimes life has disappointments in it. Yes, it does. That's life. Daddy says, sometimes you have to roll with the punches. That's right, because sometimes things happen like that. I say, first grade is a flop. Last year I had two bestest friends. First I had Lucille, plus I also had that Grace. Me and that Grace rode the school bus together every single day. Only too bad for us because this year Grace got put in a different room than me. And that was not even fair. But hurry, me and Grace still decided to ride the bus together. Because that's what friendship is for, I think. And so last week both of us sat next to each other like we always did. Only what do you know? On Monday morning, Grace got on the school bus with a new girl from her class. And those two plopped down the seat right in front of me. And I quick jumped up and I tapped on Grace's head. Grace, I said, excuse me, Grace, what kind of shenanigans do you call this? Madam, what kind of shenanigans do you call this, madam? Didn't you see me sitting here? Grace waved at me friendly. Yes, hi, Junie B, she said. I'm sorry, I can't sit with you today, but I promised Bobby Jean Piper I would sit with her. This morning, okay? I stamped my foot. Junie B's got to settle down, that's all I'm saying. No, Grace, not okay. You can't sit with Bobby Jean Piper. You and I have sat together every single day, because we sat together every day last year, and this year shall not be different. Just then Mr. Wu, the bus driver, closed the bus door. He looked at his mirror at me. Sit down, please, Junie B, he said. Hey, Papa, did you hear that our big girl Char is going to be going in the first grade?
Oh, wow. Good for you. That's exciting.
I think she's going to be riding the bus.
Oh, Papa used to drive school bus. Drove for 9 years.
Wow, that's a long time, Papa.
Yes, I have good advice for you, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe it'll help you.
Why don't you share that with her? What are 3 rules that you can tell Char about the bus?
Okay, Char, number 1 rule is listen to the bus driver. Number 2 rule, listen to the bus driver. And number 3 rule, listen to the bus driver.
Wow. So really, she just needs to listen to the bus driver, Papa?
I'd say maybe it's important you listen to the bus driver.
Thanks, Papa, the bus driver. Bobby Jean Piper pointed and grinned. You got yelled at. She said kind of mean. I made a scary face at that girl. Girl, I said, Bobby Jean Piper, behind me. I heard a loud laugh. I quick spun around and guess what? It was Herb who sits in front of me in room 1. See, that's Junie. That's Junie saying, hey, what's up with the shenanigans? I'm sorry, this book's kind of funny. Kind of reminds me of my first grade. That was a long time ago. I'm sure your first grade is gonna be fantastic. That's right, baby girl. Herb, I said in real surprise. I didn't even know you rode this bus. Herb kept on laughing. You said, girl. He laughed, girl. Ah, that's a good one. He wrinkled my eyebrow. I wrinkled my eyebrows at that boy. Yeah. Only here's the problem, Herbert. I said, girl, it's not actually a joking matter. Please, I wasn't even talking to you. Herb quit laughing. I know you weren't talking to me, he said. No one in this bus ever talks to me. That's because last year I went to a different school. So I don't have any bus friends yet. And then the bus stopped at the next corner. Herb came around the seat and sat next to me. Maybe just for today I can sit here, he said. Just until you get your bus friend. Just until you get your bus friend back, I mean. I tapped on my chin, very thinking. Then all of a sudden I raised my voice real loud. Why, sure you can sit here, Herbert. You can sit here forever if you want to, because I used to have a bus friend named Grace. But today I'm dropping her like a hot tomato. Wow. Bobby Jean Piper peeked over the seat at me. You mean potato, she teased. I sprung up again. Bobby Jean Piper wears a diaper, I hollered. Mr. Wu frowned in the mirror. Sit down, Junie B, he growled. I sat down. Then I did a big breath and I looked at Herb. Today is not off to a good start, I said, kind of quiet. Herb nodded. I hear you, he said. I slumped down, way down in my seat. My bestest friends are dropping like flies, I said. Herb nodded. Join the club, he said. First grade's a flop, I said. Herb nodded. Totally. He said, I looked out the window. Grrr, I said. Grrr, said Herb. I smiled just to myself. I think I might like this Herb. That's Junie B and Herb. It is kind of funny now I think about it. Stumped, Chapter 3. Me and Herb walked to room 1 from the bus. He waved to Mr. Scary. Then I waved too. I'm not even scared of that teacher Hardy, I said to myself. We kept on walking to our seats. May was already sitting at her desk. She was organizing her pencil box. Lenny was at his desk too. Only wait till you hear this. I didn't even recognize that guy almost, because Lenny had a thrilling new haircut. That's why. It was pointish and spikish and stiffish and straightish. That hair can puncture you, I think. Whoa, I said. Cool, said Herb. Gel, said Lenny. Shh, said May. There's always one. Just then Jose came hurrying down the roll. He was slow down, Gigi. He was rushing real fast because the bell was almost ready to ring. Hola, everyone, he said out of breath. Hola, hola. Me and Herb and Lenny looked curious at him. Jose grinned. Whoops, he said. Hola means hello in Spanish. I know 2 different languages. And sometimes I forget which one I'm speaking. Wow, Jose said. You really speak two languages? Cool, said Herb. Big deal, said May. I know Spanish too. I can count all the way to 3 in Spanish. Does anyone want to hear me? The rest of us looked at each other. Not really, said Herb. Not me, said Lenny. Me neither, said Jose. That's what you get. Oh my God. May didn't pay attention to us. Uno, dos, tres, she said real loud. I leaned to her. Shh, I said. Then everyone laughed and laughed, but not May. Pretty soon the bell rang for school. Mr. Scary got our morning started. First he took attendance of the children. Then he said, I pledge allegiance to the flag. I don't know, they still do that in school. When I was in school, because I went to Catholic school from the first grade. I went to kindergarten. I think it was Graham School. Okay, here's the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to say it for you right now. Now, usually when you when you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you stand tall and put your right hand over your heart and you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And that is our Pledge of Allegiance. There you go. Graham Avenue School, or something like that was the name of the kindergarten, where I went to school for kindergarten. And then in the first grade, I went to what they call a Catholic school or parochial school. And that I went there first grade and part of second grade. Because when we moved from LA, we moved to La Puente. And that's where I went to California school. And guess what? It was in California. But anyway, when I was a little girl, I'm thinking it was, I'm trying to remember, maybe the third grade. I know for sure in first grade, we did the Pledge of Allegiance. And it's a pledge. I don't know if they require everybody to do that anymore in school, but it's something we had to do every day when we went to school. It was like starting the day, do the Pledge of Allegiance. So Pledge of Allegiance is we're pledging to this country because we're U.S. citizens, and everybody should know the Pledge of Allegiance. Sometimes they say it at the beginning of games, football games, baseball games, soccer games. Sometimes they say it in the little leagues, not usually, but at the big games like national games, they'll say Pledge of Allegiance. But usually big events like that, you'll have to say Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know if you know your Pledge of Allegiance. I know eventually you will, because that's something that kind of like every every citizen knows. So anyway, but I don't know if you're going to be saying that in first grade or if they're going to teach that to you. But I know I had to say it when I was a wee one like you. Then we said, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay. There it is. I pledge allegiance to the flag. There it is. There's a pledge of allegiance. Your daddy and mama can go over it with you. Okay. There you go. Plus, okay. So let me start over. Then we said, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Plus, also, we listened to boring bulletins from the office. Sometimes, I don't know, at your school, you would hear bulletins. The principal would be saying stuff over the overhead. So I was like, who's talking to the walls? It's not really, it's the speakers. Finally, Mr. Scary walked to the chalkboard and he printed a list of words. Boys and girls, he said, this morning I have a fun assignment for you. I want you to read these words to yourselves, he said, then without talking to your neighbor, choose any word from the list and draw a picture of it in your journal. May squealed with delight. Ooh, goody, goody, she said. I love this kind of assignment. Mr. Scary, I am perfect at not talking to my neighbor. Okay, all right, May, you go on with yourself. After that, she took a quick pencil out of her box and started to draw. I stared at the words. Then I tapped on my chin, scratched my head, because I didn't actually get this assignment. That's why. I said, I glanced my eyes at Herb and Lenny and Jose. All of them were drawing too. I looked back at the board again. Then I stretched my neck as far as it could go, and I squinted my hardest. But those words had me stumped, I tell you. Finally, I reached out to Herb, real secret, and I tapped him on his back. Psst, Herb, quick question. What word are you drawing? May did a loud gasp. May, stay out of it, May. She jumped up from her seat and pointed at me. Mr. Scary, Junie Jones is talking to her neighbor. See her? She's talking to Herbert, and that is against the rules. Sit down, May. What's up with May? I turned my head. Blabber lips. I yelled, blabber lips, May. Mr. Scary looked back at us. His mustache was not smiling. I did a go. Then I quick opened my journal and started to draw. Chapter 4, Clucks. We drew in our journals. First of all, do you know what a journal is? I have it. Even Gigi has a journal. I've had a journal since I was a young girl. In fact, I sent your daddy a journal that he had maybe in the first or second grade too. Ask him about that. I don't know if he shared that with you. I think I recently sent that to him. And then what I still enjoy writing in a journal. You know, you can write your thoughts, you know, your dreams, or you just want to get something off your chest. You know, it's just a good way to just get everything out that you're thinking about or you're feeling here. Just write it all out. But sometimes you don't even have to write in a journal. You can draw in a journal. And that's kind of what Mr. Scary was saying. Like maybe the mood today is feeling good. Then maybe draw a rainbow or the beach. I like the beach. Maybe I'll do a beach with some seagulls. Or maybe it's a rainy day. So you draw rain drops and, you know, grass. Maybe little leprechauns run through. I don't know about that, but anyway. It's just different things, you know. Or if you're missing somebody, maybe you can draw a little picture of them, you know. Or you want to be close to somebody, just draw a little picture of them, you know. So it just depends. A journal is really, there's all kinds of journals. There's picture journals, photo journals, writing journals, but they're fun. And if you're able to do it, I would encourage all my baby girls to have a journal when they're ready for that, because it really does help. Even Gigi, at her age, 67 years old, still has a journal. Just saying. There you go. So here we go. Chapter 4, Clucks. We drew in our journals. Mr. Scary waited until all of us were done. Then he walked around the room and looked at everyone's pictures. He gave out shiny gold stars. First he gave stars to Camille and Chanel. What great looking dogs you drew. Girls, look at those floppy ears. Lucille raised her hand. Look at mine. Look at mine, teacher. Lucille, relax. She said, I drew a cat with pointy ears. My rich Nana has an expensive cat just like this. Its fur is foot thick almost. Mr. Scary looked strange at her. Really, Lucille? A whole foot of fur? My. I'm not sure about that. You and your mama know a lot about cats. Do cats have a foot of fur on them? I think Lucille exaggerates is what I'm thinking. He gave her a gold star, moved on. He went to a boy named Roger. Roger was in my same class last year. Excellent job, Roger, Mr. Scary said. You drew a man wearing a coat. The words man and coat were both on the board, weren't they? I did a little frown because none of those words were actually sounding familiar. After that, Mr. Scary walked to Sheldon and Shirley. Cool bat and ball, Sheldon, he said. And Shirley, you drew a bat and a ball too, didn't you? I put my head in my desk. Something was very wrong here. Finally, Mr. Scary got to May. Oh, May, he said, what a special clock you drew. The big hand has five fingers. That's very unusual. Yes, said May, I created it myself. Plus, the clock was the hardest word up there. Wasn't it, Mr. Scary? I'm the only one who even knew the word clock, I bet. Just then my stomach felt sickish inside. I quick closed my journal and stuffed it in my desk. Mr. Scary saw me. Junie B, he said, don't you want to show me your drawing? Don't you want a gold star for today? I shook my head real fast. Nope, no thank you. Nope, I don't. Not today. I really don't care for a gold star today. But thank you for asking, Mr. Scary. Mr. Scary keeps on standing there. The end, I said. He did not bulge. He did not bulge. He did not budge. Please move along, I said. Finally, Mr. Scary bent down next to me. He lowered his voice so no one could hear. I'm sorry, Junie B, but I'd really like to see what you drew. He said I need to make sure you understood the assignment. Then before I knew it, he took my journal out of my desk and gave it to me to hold. After that, he walked me into the hall and he let me show my drawing in private. And guess what? He liked it, I think. Oh, wow. Look at that, Junie B. He said, you drew a wonderful picture of he kept looking on a screaming chicken, I finally said. Mr. Scary did a strange face. Yeah, right. He said, it's a screaming chicken. He said again. I pointed at the chicken's mouth. See how it's screaming cluck, 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 I said. Capital letters from the clucks. Capitals are for screaming, correct? Well, yes, I suppose so. Mr. Scary. Yeah, I guess I'd be a little scared. But the thing is, Junie B, the word clock wasn't on the board today. I know it. The word on the board was clock. But I didn't read all the letters right, I guess, because I actually thought it was cluck. I tapped on my chin. What I actually wanted to draw was the butt and bull. Was the butt and bull? I said. I really liked the sound of that, but I didn't know how to get started exactly. So I went ahead with the cluck idea. Mr. Scary looked confused at me. Gigi's a little confused. The butt and bull? He asked. I smiled, kind of embarrassed. Yeah, I read those words wrong too, I guess. They turned out to be bat and ball. Mr. Scary frowned. What about the other words on the board, Junie B? Do you remember how you read some of the other words? How about dog and cat? Or coat and goat? I thought back, then I made my voice real quiet. Doug and cot and coot and ute, I said. Mr. Scary nodded his head. Then he patted my hand very nice. And he gave me back my journal. And we walked back to room 1. Chapter 5. Bug Bag. Okay, this is Junie B writing in her journal. Dear first grade journal, Tuesday. Mr. Scary just called me in from recess. All the other children are still playing out there. He said to me, write in my journal for a minute, and he will be with me soon. I keep peeking at him from behind these pages. He's printing sentences on the board. It is extra work for me, I think. I do not actually approve of this. From Junie B, first grader. Mr. Scary put down his chalk. You can stop peeking at me now, Junie B, he said. I looked at him real surprised. Because that guy has eyes in the back of his hair, apparently. He turned around and smiled. Do you see these 3 sentences that I just wrote here, he asked. Yes, I see them. Excellent, said Mr. Scary. Could you stand up and try reading them from back there, please? Just then my heart got pumpy and pounding inside. Because I'm not good at reading from the board, that's why. I kept on sitting there. Please, Mr. Scary, just give it a try, okay? Please, said Mr. Scary, just give it a try. Finally, I stood up and squinted at the sentences. See, here's Junie B, by the back of the class. Here's Mr. Scary writing the sentences. I think he wants to see if she can see, because if you're sitting at the back of the class and you don't know you need glasses, yeah, you may think, that bat is butt and ball is bull and a cod is coot. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to see the letters correctly. I read real slow. Bob is a bug. Bag, I read. I did a tinsy frown at that news. Really? I said. Bob is a bug bag? Mr. Scary pointed to sentence number 2. Try this one, he said. I squinted some more. I like my hog spit. I said again. I looked at my teacher, very curious. These sentences are oddballs, aren't they? I said. Mr. Scary pointed at the last one. Just one more to go. This time I stretched my neck and I strained my eyes. Jack is going to I scratched my eyes even smaller. To jail, I read. I did a gasp. Really? No fooling? Jack who? Mr. Scary came back to my seat. He took my hand and walked me closer to the board. Could you try reading them again from here, Junie B? He said. I made my voice real whiny. But I don't want to read them again, Mr. Scary. I told him I already know what they said. Just one more time, he said. And so finally I did a big breath and I read the sentences all in a row. Bob is a big boy. I like my dog Spot. Jack is going to Jill's. I covered my mouth in surprise. Hey, what do you know? He's going to Jill's, Mr. Scary. Woo, that's a relief, right? Mr. Scary laughed. Right, he said. After that, I headed for the door. Okie dokie. Well, I guess I'll be getting back to recess for now. I said, see ya. I waited for him to answer. He did not say see ya. I turned around. See ya? He said a little bit softer. Mr. Scary just shook his head no. Because too bad for me, he had other plans. Mr. Scary took my hand. We walked out of room 1 and down the hall. You and I are going to visit Mrs. Weller, Junie B, he said. You remember Mrs. Weller from last year, don't you? I shook my head no, because that name did not ring a bell. Mostly, I would just like to remember recess, I said. Mr. Scary patted my shoulder. Mrs. Weller is a lovely person, he said. Recess is a lovely person, too, I said. Mrs. Weller is a school nurse, he said. I quick stopped walking, because a school nurse is where you go when you're sick or tired, and I was totally fine. But I'm in good shape, I said. See me? I don't even need a Band-Aid. Mr. Scary smiled. He pulled me along again. Of course you're in good shape, Junie B. He said, but Mrs. Weller does lots of nice things besides giving out Band-Aids. Just then we walked into Mrs. Weller's office. And guess what? I remembered her perfectly well. I just never knew she had a name before. Why, Junie B. Jones, she said. What a nice surprise to see you again. It's a surprise to see you too, I said, because I'm not even sick or tired. Plus also, I'm supposed to be on the playground right now. Mrs. Weller laughed out loud. Only I don't actually know why. After that, she and Mr. Scary whispered real quiet to each other. Then finally, Mr. Scary patted my shoulder. I'm going to leave you with Mrs. Weller now for a while, Junie B. He said, the two of you are going to play a game with her eye chart, okay? Uh-oh. I'm thinking she's going to get her eyes checked. See, Mrs. Weller and Mr. Scary? Yeah, they're going to check out Junie B's eyes. All of a sudden, my stomach felt kind of jumpy, because playing a game with the nurse did not sound fun. No, I said inside my head, not okay. Mr. Scary waved. See you, he said. I watched him go. I did not say see you back. Chapter 6, the E-Game. I sat in a chair next to Mrs. Weller's desk. She asked me lots of questions. First, she asked me how I liked my summer vacation. Then she asked me how I liked first grade. And then how I liked Mr. Scary. That is called stall talk, I believe. Finally, Mrs. Weller stood up. Have you noticed the eye charts I have hanging on my wall, Junie B, she asked? She pointed to them. Eye charts are posters that help us test our eyesight, she explained. I have 2. Two different kinds. See, one has alphabet letters on it, and the one next to it is filled with funny E's. The one is called an E chart. I looked at that funny thing. Whoa, I said, those are the craziest E's I've ever seen. They are backwards and forwards and upside down. You're right, said Mrs. Wheeler. The E's are all mixed up, aren't they? And today you are going to play a game with those mixed up E's. It's called the E game. After that, Mrs. Weller got a little paper cup, and she showed me how to hold over one of my eyes. We're going to be testing each of your eyes separately. While one eye's hiding under the cup, the other eye will play the game, okay? I shrugged my shoulders because what choice did I have? Mrs. Weller showed me where to stand to play the game. Then she went back to the E chart. All right, now each time I point to one of the E's, I want you to tell me the direction it's facing. So here's the E chart that she's talking about. I'm sure you've had your eyes checked. I know sometimes the schools will check students' eyes. But I get my eyes checked because Gigi wears glasses. Tell me the direction it's facing. Are you ready, Judy B? I shrugged again. Then I hid one eye behind the cup, and Mrs. Weller pointed at the first E. I pointed my finger up. That one is facing up to the ceiling, I told her. Good, she said, excellent. I felt a little better inside. Mrs. Weller pointed to the next E. See, Judy B and Mrs. Weller, they're taking the test right there. See? There you go. I turned my finger down to the floor. That one is facing down, I said. Mrs. Weller smiled and nodded. I stood up taller, because this wasn't as hard as I thought. After that, the nurse kept on pointing at more E's, and I kept telling her which way they were facing. Right, left, down, left, up. I stopped and grinned. Hey, what do you know? I'm a breeze at this game, right, Mrs. Weller? Right, I said. Mrs. Weller winked at me. We're almost done, she said. Only a few more E's to go. She pointed to a new row. There was a fuzzy smudgy next to her finger. Whoops, I said. What happened there? Did someone spill something on your chart? Mrs. Weller did a little frown. You know what? That meant she could see it. She kept pointing at the smudgy. Can you tell me something about this mark at all, Judy B? Yes, it's a smear ball. Mrs. Weller moved her finger over a little bit. What about this mark here? Can you tell me something about this one? I stared and stared at that thing. That was a toughie. I said, finally, Mrs. Weller came over to me. That's fine. You did just fine, Judy B. After that, we played the same game with my other eye. And guess what? I saw 3 more sponges and smeary. After I was done, I sat in the chair again. Mrs. Weller said, I need glasses. I do not like Mrs. Weller. Wow, Judy B. Chapter 7. Good guessing. The nurse called Mother at her work. She tattletaled about the glasses. Then Mother tattletaled to Daddy. And those two would not let the matter drop. They talked about glasses all during dinner the entire night. I couldn't even digest my food that good because they kept talking about those stupid, dumb glasses. Sooner or later, almost everyone ends up wearing glasses, Judy B, said Daddy. Really, they do. Yeah, it's not unusual. I put my chin in my hands real glum. Really, they don't, I grumped. Daddy's telling you the truth, Judy B, said Mother. And besides, you're going to be absolutely adorable in glasses. No, I am absolutely not, I grumped. Sure you are, said Daddy. And just think how great it will be to see the words on the board. I covered my ears. Not great, not great, not great, I said. Mother took my hands away. Listen to me, honey, please, she said. Glasses are like magic windows for the eyes. When you put them on, poof, the world becomes crystal clear. I did a huffy breath. Poof yourself, I grumped. After that, Mother picked me up and carried me to my room, because that was one grump too many. The next morning, Daddy took me to the eye doctor. The eye doctor did lots more eye tests with me. They were sort of fun, only I didn't tell Daddy. Also, the doctor put drops in my eyes. Drops make your eyeballs get biggish and darkish. Eyeballs look very attractive that way. After the eye doctor, I went home till my drops wore off. The Daddy drove me to school. And guess what? All the children stared at me when I came into the room. Because I was a late kid, that's why. I walked to my desk kind of shy. Herb's face smiled when he saw me. Judy B, where were you? Judy B. Jones, where were you? I saved your seat on the bus, but you never came. We were afraid you might be sick, said Jose. Yeah, said Lenny. You're not. Are you? I certainly hope she's not sick, said May. You shouldn't come to school sick, Junie Jones. Coming to school sick is how germs get started. I sucked in my cheeks at that girl. I'm not sick, May. I'm just late, and that's all. Meg made a grouchy face. Well, being late isn't good either, she said. Being late gets you a black mark in your permanent record. Permanent record. I covered up my ears at her. Blah, 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 May, I said. Herb and Lenny and Jose laughed out loud. Those guys are starting to enjoy me, I think. Pretty soon, I took out my workbook and tried to do my math. Only too bad for me, because I kept on worrying about my new glasses. What if I look dumb and silly in those things, I thought. What if one laughs their head off at me? What if I look like a goony bird and no one wants to be my friend? The worrying would not go out of my head. Maybe I need to talk to somebody about this, possibly. Finally, I reached out and tapped on Herb. Psst, Herbert, I whispered real soft. I have something I need to tell you. Only I'm really afraid to say it. Because what if you laugh at me? Only you probably won't. But I still don't think I should take the chance. And so please don't ask me more about this. And I mean it. After that, I waited and waited. But Herb did not ask me. I tapped on him again. Okay, fine. I'll give you a hint, I said. But you're going to have to turn around and sneak a peek at me. Herb turned around and sneaked a peek. He quick made round circles with my fingers, and then I held him in front of my eyes. I guess she went like this. Okay, what am I doing there, Herb? I whispered. Huh? What does that look like? I'm making round circles in front of my eyes. What do you think? May leaned over to my desk. Shh, she said. Stop bothering Herb, Junie Jones. If you don't shh right now, I'm going to tell the teacher. Suddenly, I jumped right up from my chair because I had it with that girl. That's why. No, you shush, you shushy head, May. I'm not even bothering Herbert. I'm giving him a hint about my new glasses. And that's none of your beeswax, sister. Pretty bold, Junie B. May's face looked shocked at me. Her mouth came all the way open. You're getting glasses, she said real loud. You're getting glasses, said Herb. You're getting glasses, said all of room one. The children stared and stared. My head felt hottish and sweatish. I sat back down in my chair. Then I looked at Herb, kind of sickish, and I whispered the words, good guess. See all the classes surprised. You wore glasses. Showing and telling. Chapter 8. Dear First Grade Journal, Friday. Today I brought my new glasses to school. They're hiding in my sweater pocket because I don't want to put them on, that's why. My stomach is in a knot ball. Also, there's tension in my head. We're having show and tell soon. I wish this day was over. From Junie B., first grader. Mr. Scary clapped his hands. Okay, boys and girls, please put your journals away now, and I'll give you more time later if you need it. But right now, we have to get started with show and tell. Who would like to go first this morning? May sprang out of her chair. I would, she called out. Then she quick grabbed a brown envelope out of her backpack, and she ran to the front of the room. It's my report card from kindergarten, everyone, she said, real thrilled. I brought my report card to share with you. What's up with that? May waved it all around in the air. Look. Can everyone see this? I got all E pluses. E is for excellent. See there? There's an E plus next to every single subject. She held the report card in front of her. Okay, now we'll read you every subject one by one. After that, she took a deep breath and started to read. Number 1, I followed directions. Number 2, I used my time wisely. Number 3, I observed school rules. Number 4, I cleaned up my work area. Number 5, Mr. Scary stood up. Thank you, May. That is very interesting. But I'm afraid that you're going to have to move along now. And May raised her voice. Number 5, I was courteous and respectful. Number 6, I used materials wisely. Number 7, I just said Mr. Scary took May's arm and led her right back to her seat. That's enough of you, May. Lenny raised his hand to go next. He passed around his new styling gel. Plus also let us touch his hair. Ooh, ah. After that, Sheldon showed us how long he could stand on one foot. And Jose sang a song about frogs. and Shirley showed us her turkey sandwich. She showed us the bread and the mayonnaise and the tomato. Finally, Mr. Scary stood up. All righty, Shirley. Exactly. Excellent sandwich, he said. But I really think it should go back in its bag now. Shirley sat down. Mr. Scary looked around the room. Okay, who wants to go next, he said. My stomach flipped and flopped because a nervous idea popped in my head. That's why. I looked down at my glasses in my sweater pocket. Then I swallowed hard and I quick raised my hand up in the air. Me, I blurted out. I do. Mr. Scary smiled. Great, Junie B. Did you bring something to share? I quick pulled my hand down again. No, I just changed my mind. My heart was thumping and pumping. I peeked at my glasses one more time. Then all of a sudden my legs stood up and then I rushed to the front of the room. My knees were wobbly and shaky. She was nervous, but she knew she wanted to do it, right? That's right. I bent over and did deep breaths. Mr. Scary came over. Are you okay, Junie B? He asked. Would you like to sit down and wait to do another day? No, I want to get this over with. Then as fast as anything, I reached into my pocket and pulled out my new glasses. May started to laugh. It was loudish and meanish. Look, it's her glasses, she said. She brought her glasses for show and tell. And they're purple. Hey, just like Gigi's glasses. They're purple. Tears came into my face. I covered my face with my hands. I wanted to sit down real bad, but my legs would not even move. I stood there frozen, and then all of a sudden, I heard a noise. It was the sound of running feet, I think. I looked up. My new friend Herb was hurrying to the front of the room. And guess what? He took the glasses right out of my hand, and he put them on his own face. Cool, he said. Purple glasses. He looked all around. Wow. My eyes could never see out of these, Junie B. Your eyes must be really special. He looked admiring me. How do your eyes even do that, huh? Do you have x-ray vision or something, he asked. I shrugged my shoulders, kind of shy. See, he's got her glasses there. Purple, too. Like that. I don't actually know Herbert, I said possibly. Herb gave the glasses back to me. Here, he said, put them on and read something. I rocked back and forth on my feet. Wow. Okay, Herb, if you insist, I said. After that, I put on my glasses and I walked all the way back to the room. I read the announcement off the board. Friday, September 23rd, I read. Today, get ready for show and tell. I smiled real proud. The end, I said. After that, I went back to my desk. Herb hurried over to me. He gave me a high five, and guess what else? Lenny and Jose gave me high fives too. Mr. Scary did thumbs up. Excellent glasses, Junie B. Jones. See, said Jose. Excelente. See, they're all congratulating her, and they're happy for her. They're encouraging her. They're their friends. They're saying, you're okay. Yes, called Lucille. I like those glasses too, Junie B, because purple is a popular fashion color this fall. My heart felt cheery at that news. I looked at May, very smuggy. Well, yeah, for purple, I said. After show and tell was over, Mr. Scary gave us more time in our journals. I picked up my pencil and real happy, and I added 2 more lines. P.S. Hey, what do you know? I think I might like the first grade. I looked around the room. Everything was crystal clear. Yay! She likes the first grade. That was pretty good, huh? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to split this video. So you're going to see 2 parts because this is already like 48 minutes long. I mean, Gigi hasn't even edited it because this is a story I want to share. Because, Gigi says she's ain't reading a book. She's sharing a story. That's right. I was probably... In 6th grade, I had an eye test, and I think at that time they had mentioned to your Nana Papa that Gigi might need glasses. So I started school at 7th grade, and I did go to get glasses. And I still remember the first day that I got my glasses. I was sitting in the back seat of you, and your Nana Papa had taken me to go pick up my glasses. And I remember them being a black frame. They were like a funky octagon kind of shape. They were just a little shaped different. And I know your Nana Papa, I think she said to dude, don't tease me. Because I was going into junior high. That's like a big deal when you're a kid. But I remember when I picked up the glasses and I put them on for the first time, and I remember sitting in back of your Nana Papa's car and just like, wow. I couldn't believe how bright everything was, how sharp everything was. And I just kept telling you, Nana and Papa, the colors were just so bright and how clear everything. And I remember sitting up there in the middle of the seat because at that time we didn't have to wear seatbelts. So I'm like right there in between them. Just look as we're driving home. I can remember just driving home in my head, just like I was in awe of everything because I had never seen anything that clear before. So wearing glasses isn't a bad thing. Look, some very important people in your life wear glasses, like Gigi, your dad, your mama, your Grammys, your Uncle Jacob, your Thea. I think your Uncle Dominic wears glasses every now and then. Your Nana, Papa wore glasses. There are a lot of people around you who love you and support you that wear glasses. So glasses are kind of cool. If you get the right style, and actually Gigi has a couple pair of glasses that sometimes you want to accessorize, I'm just saying, you don't have to do that, but I'm just saying, like I got purple glasses. I use the purple glasses from when I'm doing my videos or when I'm reading. That's the only time I wear my purple glasses. So when I do my Fun Friday jokes, I usually have purple glasses on. I'm thinking I do. Because I also have another pair of silver and blue glasses, I think. But anyway, I try to use the purple glasses when I'm recording because I can see everything a lot better. But sometimes I forget. That's Gigi. But anyway, I like the story because it was telling a story about the glasses because sometimes you don't even realize you need glasses. I know with your Thea, it was your Thea Christie that was at your Gigi's house. And notice how close your Thea Stacy was sitting next to the TV. And she suggested that I go get her eyes checked, and I did. And she needed glasses, but but sometimes you don't know. So sometimes I'll find out when you go to school. So, but glasses are cool. So don't. And if somebody comes to school and now they have to wear glasses, be cool. Don't be like May. May was like, be quiet, May. I'm just saying. Be nice in school. Don't be rude. Follow the golden rule. I think they still teach that, right? But anyway, I just wanted to let me share a couple other things before I wrap up here. I remember the first day your daddy went to school. I remember his first day going to kindergarten. I remember his first day going to first grade. I remember how excited he was. I remember how happy I was for him. Because your daddy likes school. He just loves school. And the teachers were excited because your daddy was such a good student. We're excited to have him in their class. And your daddy did really, really well. I'm very proud of your daddy. But I always remember how excited he was because he did a lot of fun things at school. And then he had met a buddy, Ryan. Ryan was this little buddy that he made when he was in early elementary school. I remember Ryan would come to the house a couple of times, have cookies and milk. But you'll meet some new friends and you'll have fun and you'll enjoy yourself. And there'll be some days like, Judy B says, may not be as easy, maybe hard days, but that's life. But you'll do just fine. I'm so proud of you, Shar. I know that you're going to do a good job. You're going to do great. You're going to excel because you're going to be learning all new things and you're going to be meeting all kinds of people. And I look forward to you sharing your stories with me about the first grade. Okay? All right. So until next time, you know what Gigi says? Shar, Morgan, Theodora. What does Gigi say? Gigi says she loves her baby girls to the moon and back. Baby girls to the moon and back. I'll be seeing you soon.